Good morning, folks of the Western Slope. I'm your meteorologist, Baird Finson. We're seeing that sun start to rise this morning, and as it does, we're going to be increasing in temperature from here. We're at 69 degrees right now with an 10-mile-an-hour wind, but we're going to be increasing in temperature very slowly this morning, but rapidly in the afternoon as that sun starts to rise. We'll be at 72 by 9 a.m., so for that school bus forecast, make sure your kids aren't bundled up too much because we're going to be warming up to some pretty warm temperatures today. Radar's looking pretty clear as we are starting out our morning here on the Western Slope, and this will be the trend as we have dry air on the way. Not the case for the Northwest, though. They have this low pressure system going to be bringing that potential for storms, but as this makes its way further eastward, we're going to get more of a zonal flow. We're getting that southwesterly flow bringing in that dry air, but as you can see, this track as it goes further eastward, it's going to cause us to get that zonal flow, really causing us to have an uptick in those potential wind gusts that's going to tap into for potential fire weather later on this week. For that futurecast, we're going to be very clear on the Western Slope. Not much potential for cloud development except for in the upper elevations, and then as far as storm development, mostly in the mountain ranges and then off to the east and to the divide. So for those highs today, we're at 94 in Grand Junction, triple digits in Moab, and then mid 80s and then lower 90s everywhere else. Tonight we're getting down into 50s and 60s for a break from that heat, and then warming right back up again tomorrow to a little bit warmer temperatures than what we're expected for today. So we're going to be warming up, but for Wine Weather Wednesday, we're going to be seeing that we're going to be warming up into the 90s by noon. I'll be at Avant Vineyards tomorrow, so definitely stop by if you got the time. I'd love to meet you. And then as far as taking a look ahead, as that low pressure makes its way further eastward, we're going to see that zonal flow start out, and this is going to have an increased potential for some fire weather. Now, we are drying up on the Western Slope as we have dry air making its way right now, decreasing that potential for cloud development, and we are in those dry and moderate conditions for this time of year on the Western Slope. As far as those lower elevations, we're seeing less humidity values than the uppers, but these are going to be decreasing throughout the day today as we have that dry air on the way, bringing potential for some fire weather. So let's talk some safety tips. Let's obey those burn bans, folks. Keep vehicles off the dry grass. That stuff likes to burn. Avoid equipment that creates sparks. Make sure those trailer chains are not dragging on the road, and then properly dispose of those cigarettes. But let's talk about some of those potentials for fire weather. So we're worried about those three things. We have the above average temperatures in the mid 90s with that sunlight, so we don't have a lot of cloud coverage, and as we get that zonal flow, it's going to increase those wind speeds, causing potential spread for fire, and then as we're drying up, it'll actually cause us to have those potential fuels to catch a little bit easier. So as far as those temperatures, though, we're increasing from here as we go out throughout the rest of the week, and then we're seeing a decrease in temperatures starting out on Friday as we have potential for some showers. Montrose slightly cooler, remaining in those 80s for the highs, warming up to 90s for tomorrow, and then cooling off as they approach the weekend for potential for showers.